Hi, I'm John Kennedy, and today we're going to be reviewing the Windows Surface RT. So here we have the Windows Surface RT from Microsoft. On first glance, it's a tablet. So it's a tablet that basically connects into a touch cover, and that touch cover doubles as a keyboard. But before we go into that, the actual device itself, the display is it's a 10.6 inch display, so it's longer than say the 9.7 inch iPad and other devices which typically are around 10.1 inches. This one is longer. It's coated in a Vapor Mag casing, dark titanium color. Looks kind of like gunmetal to me, but it's quite robust, but quite a light machine as well. I have to say, some really classy industrial design. Here's the bottom part. It's a kind of a felt material that obviously is the bottom of the keyboard, but again just gives this really slick appearance. The Windows button here basically allows you to launch into various things on the machine. Just take this aside. You got your volume controls, stereo jack, there's a speaker there. This is where your keyboard would connect in. There's the power jack, and it connects in like this. So there you go, it's magnetic. It's nicely looped there, so you can shorten, tighten the lead as you like. So what I'll show you now is just the actual touchpad. Basically, this is flat. There is another one called the Typepad. It has more buttons that will plunge, but this is completely flat. I will say it takes a bit of getting used to when you're typing on it, but if you just type and actually look at the screen rather than trying to see where your fingers are going, you know, you will actually get very used to it very quickly. Pretty decent keyboard. This actually is your mouse, and these are your left and right mouse buttons here underneath it. So again, these are other things that kind of take a little bit of getting used to, particularly if you're in low light, so you just need to remember where your fingers are. Clicks into the actual touchpad like that. As I said, very satisfying click there. And at the back then there's a kickstand that comes out and allows you then to turn it into, suddenly you've got a laptop or a desktop of some kind. Going into the machine itself, it's got a very strong display. The display is capable of doing 16:9 widescreen display. Basically that is 1366 multiplied by 768 pixels, and Microsoft calls this the ClearType HD display. Again, I found it very bright, very vivid, and I'll just show you them. You just lift it up. So basically you can type in your password each time, or have no password if you wish, or you could actually do this, which is a picture password. So I've just set one up for this purpose. So this is how I get into my machine. And therefore I'm in. And this is, I suppose, until they came out with Windows 8, this display had been kind of touted in the industry as the Metro display or the Metro tiles. But on launch, Microsoft seemed to have dispensed with that and just simply called this the Start page. What this does is basically takes all your apps and things like calendar and email and puts them all in one place. So you basically can follow the news, download apps, and launch particular apps that come on the machine from native apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote straight away. I think the presentation of apps is pretty good. So this is Netflix, and like I said, it actually moves along. So you can actually check out various movies, and you can just choose what you want to watch. So it gives you a nice presentation of the movies. So this is Into the Wild, and you got your description there, and you can again launch the film, and we'll just kind of show you just how films come up. It really what I like about it is the long display, because it actually gives you that extra cinematic feel because of the width.
12 years? 12 years?
The start page really is like any other tablet in the sense that it's a place for gathering all your apps that you want to see. For example, so here's Skype. Great 8 megapixel camera on front and back of the device. Allows you then to just simply talk. It's got an actual way of actually keeping it at a particular point. So actually, instead of you looking at the camera and the camera looking up at you, it allows the camera to look level at you, and you can have a level conversation with the people you're talking to. So again, most of the apps are optimized for the Windows. News apps particularly, I'm quite impressed with the Irish Times actual app and how it renders on the device. Again, it allows a lot of space for things, allows you to read and enjoy photographs very easily. So you still have the desktop, so voila. This is the Windows we all know. As you know, the ribbon at the bottom, as you can see, the start button is no longer here because the start button is the screen you were looking at. So back to that very easily, Windows button. Let's just simply switch back and forward between the two. If you can see here, you still have their file structure as you would associate with a normal PC that you would have bought in previous years. You can still manage your files and your documents. This is just perfect for people who just want to have computers and enjoy their digital life and their digital work style too. As you can see on the machine, Word, Excel, PowerPoint and Note are built in, so I'll just launch Word. Nice elegant interface, and you can just pretty much get going and start using it as you would any other word processor in the past. So here you go, I'm typing away and I can save those documents onto my desktop or set up folders and all that kind of stuff. Stuff you can't really do on most tablets, whether it's an iPad or a Android-based tablet. You got to remember, Apple has had the iPad out for nearly 2 years now, or 3 years. So Microsoft's Windows has had a bit of catching up to do in terms of the apps, downloading your apps as you go kind of experience. So here you have Windows Store. Now, I would say they've got a lot of the mainstream apps, but some notable ones that aren't really there are dedicated Facebook or Twitter apps, for example. But you can still enjoy a lot of Facebook and Twitter integration into your contacts and stuff like that. But, there's still a long way to go. I mean, if you can think of the Apple iOS ecosystem has about 300,000 apps. Windows so far has about 70,000 apps. So it's not a bad trajectory they're on, but it is something you might just notice early on. But if you're just using it for basic internet surfing and doing your own traditional work stuff, and you're not too hung up about apps, then you're not going to really be bothered by this. I just launched the Internet Explorer on the machine. As you can see, web pages come up lovely. Nice wide screen again, comes in really handy for just reading documents and just seeing a page in its entirety. The interesting thing about it is this is the Windows version. So if I want to do something like look at a page and see pages I've been on previously, it's a case of really swiping up or swiping down. And if I want to see the last app I was on, or it brings me straight into the store. If I want to search something in the store, these are called charms, so they come out. And if I want to search for something, I can search for anything I want from anywhere I want in this machine. So it spots the context that I'm in the store, so I'm looking for something like an app. So search is integrated right across the machine. But if I just want to do a normal, traditional Windows style internet experience, I can simply launch Explorer here. As you see, it's just like any other web page really, but it's Internet Explorer 10. I can lower the size of the screen, which isn't really something you can do on most tablets. So again, I think that's really handy. So I think the Surface ST has a lot of versatility, very fast. It's actually powered by a quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 ARM processor. It's got 2 gigs of RAM. The other thing about the machine is it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It doesn't have any cellular options as of yet. I'm sure maybe future versions of the machine will come with, you know, maybe LTE or something, but this current generation doesn't. I thought battery life on the machine, I can get about 2 days out of this on a single charge, and that's pretty good. I haven't really had any power issues with it. In terms of cameras, it has two 720p HD live cams, front and rear facing. It has 2 microphones, it has 2 stereo speakers. In terms of storage, you can get a 32GB version and you can get a 64GB version, but you can also expand either by a further 64GB by plugging in the SD cards. Prices for the Surface RT start at €479, rising up to €579 if you get it with the touch cover. It's not surprising to me that the Surface RT won the People's Choice Awards on Engadget there in the last couple of days. I think most people who want to work and play in a mobile sense will really come to appreciate this device. There you have it, Microsoft's Windows Surface RT.